Good afternoon. I think we can start na po, Miss Bea, Chef Jasper, Chef Miguel.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for all joining us this afternoon. We'll just run through a couple guidelines. Chef Jasper and Chef Miguel, will you run through the briefing and orientation?
Yes, we're
Okay,
here.
go ahead.
All right. So good afternoon, everyone. So in behalf of CCA and also American Lamb, we would like to thank everyone for joining this competition. So as you would know, you have a lot of questions. Actually, we received a lot of questions from certain people regarding the guidelines and also the rules of the competition. So we scheduled this meeting so that all the questions that you want to ask, you can ask on this meeting, no? Para maging malinaw tayo sa lahat. Chef Miguel is also here. So if you have questions later on, we would answer them. We also have frequently asked questions that will be flashed on the screen. So those are the questions that we see na laging tinatanong ng mga students and also the participants. And also we will discuss the waiver form for the competition as well. So next slide, please. So again, the registration pala is extended until August 26. So to those who are not yet registered and you want to join, that's why we ask some students or some participants or candidates na gustong sumali to join this meeting so that you will be encouraged to join as well. So kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-register, I think this is the right time to register. We extended the registration until August 26. So yeah, next slide, please. So Chef Migs, can you please discuss some of the mechanics later? Chef Migs, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Chef, we can hear you.
Okay, so ako na, Chef Jasper. Competitors, conditions of participation in awards. For eligibility, all students, alumni of CCA Manila, including online classes and short courses, are eligible to join. So competition fees are waived. Wala na siya. And we'll provide the main ingredient, which is the lamb riblet. For the awards and prizes, for the general awards, there will be one winner per category. And the winners will be announced on Facebook and YouTube through live streaming. I think this is August 31st. Tama, Chef Jasper?
Yes, Chef.
31st, hindi 30th. So winners and all participants will be given corresponding CCA certificates. So winning entries will be posted in the CCA Manila social pages. So we have yung Facebook, also Instagram. So prizes via CCA Manila. So I think the prices are already discussed. So I think yun namang mechanics yung gusto nyong malaman for this afternoon. So for the grand prize, the highest pointer among the three categories shall be announced as the grand winner. And then same, August 31st yung awarding. Okay, so next slide, please. So for the guidelines and regulations, so all entries must be sole work of the entrant. Make sure you do it by yourself. Pwede kayong humingi ng consultation or advice sa mas ibang tao, but make sure that the product is made by yourself lang. So all competitors also must use American lamb products provided in the entry to be valid. So we will be providing again lamb riblet, I think that's a kilo per participant. So a platform will be published where all entries need to be uploaded to be considered for judging. So I think the link will be given already, I think, by Ms. Bea, the link for the submission of entries. So number 4, all entries must be sent online and accompanied by a first entry form, the registration form. Once you've already registered, okay na yun. So you need also photographs, colored ones of the dish that is to be entered for the judging. So should be on a separate folder under ng file nyo. So file ng name nyo, and then you put the folder for the photos. Letter C, American lamb flag pics must be used during the presentation. This will be also provided. So ito yung flag ng American lamb. You need to put that in the lamb before photo shoot. Okay, and then a written recipe with quantities and methods. Costings are not allowed, and then a maximum of 1 minute and 30-second video displaying the final dish with a spoken description by the entrant on why they chose the dish and describe the flavor combination they hope to achieve. So this can be filmed on either iPhone, iPad, or any Android device, or if you have the capacity to have the video, yung mismong camera video, okay lang din yun. I think we have a question.
Yes po, Chef Miguel. We have a
Okay.
question po from
Lenovo
May
Tab
I know
M8. Sino ka
the
Lenovo
name
Tab?
po of Lenovo? Sino po ito?
I'm so sorry. This
May
is
change po your account or Zoom name.
Sorry?
yeah. I'm sorry. My laptop is not working, so I have to use my.
Sino to again? Who's this again?
This is Beth Bornales.
Okay.
Okay, hi Beth. Okay.
Yeah. Regarding the recipe, when we submit the recipe, is it good? Is it for the 1 kilo riblets or for 1 serving?
Actually, it's up to you guys. In general, make sure when you do the recipe, dapat pare-pareho yung quantity, but not necessarily for a kilo recipe. If you want, pwede naman the recipe would be for a kilo, but make sure all of the quantities are for a kilo. Hindi naman masama din yun.
Okay, so pwede din for 1 serving.
Yes, okay lang. Basta make sure you identify na talagang 1 serving for all types or for all components included in your entry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next slide to. Okay, so judges will be paying special attention to the competition's criteria. It will be discussed later. They're not required. Another question from Joaquin Carci Cruz.
Yes po.
Sa
Not
chat
required na
box
po
at
yung
Ketri.
costing.
Yes, hindi na kasama yung costing. Another from Beth Bornales ulit or
Okay na po ito, Chef.
okay, sige. Kasi nakaganon pa siya.
Hindi siya.
So yun nga. So we'll discuss the competition criteria later. So number 6, 1 portion of each entries must be sent to the venue judging for tasting. The venue, Chef Jasper.
Yes, the venue is, I think, Miss Bea, tama ba? The venue is confirmed already. We have Richmond Hotel in Eastwood. So we'll post na lang or send you through email the address, the exact address and the time that you can send your dishes to the venue.
Okay, so containers will depend on the components of each participant. So this one, it will be on your own discretion on what type of containers you want your entries to be sent. A portion for each judges. So if required for that category is 3 portions or 3 servings, you will send 3 individual packs of each serving doon sa venue. Okay, that will be kumbaga the Filipino or the Pinoy category is excluded doon because you can send it as spread or yung kumbaga isang pack na siya kasi parang platter style siya. Questions? Is that clear?
Yes, I have a question. This is Beth Bornales again.
Okay.
We are going to send pictures and recipes and also send the actual food for judging. How is this for the submission? are we going to send first the picture and the recipe, or are we going to send them simultaneously once we send out the dishes for judging?
Okay. Mas maganda if you send the photos and the paperworks the day before on the 27th before you send para hindi niya naiisipin on the 28th kung pati yung paperworks niya ba baka makalimutan pa. So unahin niyo na yung paperworks. Mas maganda if you have the chance to send it earlier, the paperworks, okay lang yun. Mas okay. Pag kasi on the same day, you might have kumbaga a difficult time, baka hindi mo siya. But the photos as itself. Again, if you can do the R&D with the photos on a different day or earlier before the submission date, it's better. But it's also okay that you can send it within the day. Baka lang kasi makalimutan. The photo and the paperwork should be together kasi naka-folder na naman sila. So yun. So para hindi magkawala, one folder for all of the paperworks, including the photos, the video, the recipe, and then send it. It's your choice again if you want it earlier or you want it the day itself. Okay, is that clear?
Question po.
Okay. Yes, okay.
Chef, yung question ko po is, let's say may several components sa dish. Pwede ba yung mga ibang components in different containers para hindi like magkahalo-halo sa loob ng container?
Okay. So choice nyo naman din yun, Carcy. If you want to do it like that, kung paano mo siya isi-send, it's your total choice. Kumbaga, hindi kami nagbigay ng standard kasi baka meron kayong gustong gawin. So that
Okay,
would
Chef. Thank you.
I think we have another
We
question.
have one more question po. Yes po.
Okay, but if we cook on the 28th, that's the time where we can take a photo of our dish, isn't it? Yes. Kaya nga, yes. Again, if you have the luxury of time to do it earlier, the paperwork, it's better. Kumbaga, I'm just giving advice. But if you don't have naman the time, you can actually do it on the day itself. Yun nga lang, it might be kumbaga baka masobra na kayo ng ginagawa, baka may makalimutan. Sayang din naman. Another question from Ms. Sandra. I don't have my CCA jacket anymore. I just want to confirm what Miss Jessica said, that I can just wear the apron over my work jacket. Yes, I think. Miss Jessica?
Yes, Chef Miguel. According po kay Miss Bea,
Okay, so
we're allowed.
okay, kung wala ng CCA jacket,
If you don't have your CCA uniform, especially those who are
Alumni.
our online students, and si Sandra, wala ka ng uniform. So you can use
Jessica, you should get Sandra one. Chef Sandra one.
Chef Sandra
Alumni
mag-order
association.
You can use the official American lamb. You can use the official American lamb apron that will be provided. So yun lang. You don't have to wear CCA jackets if you don't.
Okay.
I think Chef OJ mentioned the 1 kilo of lamb riblets is not enough for R&D and actual competition.
okay. That will depend on the category kasi later we will revise a category just to adjust with the amount na ibibigay na protein. So later natin siya discuss. Okay? So any questions pa with number 6, item number 6, about the deliveries or the portioning? Questions? Okay, kung wala. Number 7, all competitors must dress in full professional CCA uniform. Again, kung walang uniform, you can actually use the apron, pero magsuot naman ng it should be hot, right? Yes. For that question, it should be hot, right? Oo, but again, we will expect na hindi naman siya at the minimum temperature when it comes to the judging venue. So yun. American lamb apron will be provided, the name and badge and kitchen towels in the video. So pag nag-video, complete uniform or complete get-up with all the CCA items or CCA uniform, and then all participants must wear the official CCA uniform. Okay, so number 8, CCA and the co-presenters and sponsors reserve the right to reproduce, publish, or broadcast any recipe entered in the competition. Next slide, please. Okay, now for some pointers on how to on what to do or what to practice in this type of competition or in general in any competition. Number 1, the competition will be a skill-based with modern style presentation to suit the online competition style. So we will still be requiring in a way modern type. But then again, it's your choice if you want it super classical, but then this is a competition, so you will need to put your A game, kumbaga. Dishes must be or must also be scalable, can be reproduced for a restaurant or banquet style of service. Okay, number 2, numerical harmonizing of protein and garnishes. What do you mean by that? It's more of the portion size, correct portioning. Okay. Practical size of portion. So yung reality, not the kung ano yung hindi ito yung portion na pang isa lang feeling mo. Okay, meron siyang standard portioning. And then number 4, proper color presentation and flavor combination. Maintain a natural and appetizing look, properly cooked meals. And then if you want to slice them, you can slice meats and make sure you present them properly and arrange in an order of size. And then very important, knife skills, precisely cut vegetables and other ingredients or components that you want to showcase. Okay, next slide. Okay, what to avoid? Use of inedible materials. So inedible materials, we can say example. Inedible materials are yung hindi agad makakain, even if example is hilaw na items. It's not really advisable to put that. Why? Kasi we are asking for a hot plate. Okay, in exception of course sa appetizer. Sa appetizer category sa Asian. Meron of course may mga raw items dyan. But make sure that can be considered inedible if masyado siyang malaki for consumption at hilaw. Okay, so yung mga garnish na hindi naman edible, hindi rin siya advisable. So use of any animal protein. So we are just requiring the American lamb as the main source of protein. Questions, paano kung halimbawa, pwede naman siguro as long as it's just an ingredient and it's not overpowering the whole dish. Okay lang. Example, shrimp, halimbawa lang. If you want to use shrimp, that's fine. Just make sure hindi siya magmumukhang shrimp plate at hindi na lamb plate. Kasi of course, it's your choice of flavors. Okay, decorating with parsley, tomato roses, watercress, and carved cucumbers. Okay, so pasay na po yun. So cluttering the platters and plates, raw things touching cooked food, and all in one plate. Yun, same na rin yun. But then again, my advice to you guys is if the category is a hot plate, make sure that you don't put anything na hindi luto. Kasi the presentation and the quality will not be as good kaysa nung wala pa siya sa plato. Molded in too many sculptures, entering a previously judged piece, okay, that will result in disqualification. And then repetition in preparatory or cooking methods. Excessive use of ingredients and resources, use of plastic ornaments and flowers, use of tarnished silver and unsuitable serving dishes, and then presenting hot food in a mirror. Okay, I don't think naman may... Kasi makikita din namin yan sa photos kung paano nyo siya talaga present. Kasi it's your choice pa rin, there's no plate restriction dun sa isang category. So, sa dalawa pala na category. Okay? Next slide, please. Okay, now for the category. Okay, so for the categories, there are 3 categories that we are offering. So first of the category is the American Lamb Western Cuisine Main Course Challenge. So for this one, it's a main course meal, meaning to say it's complete with starch, vegetable, then of course your protein, and then your choice of sauce. So the guideline here is to prepare and present the following. 1 main course dish, good for 3 servings. So 1 serving per judge. So what will you send is 3 packs of dishes. Okay, so you must highlight the American lamb, And you can use any choice of starch. Okay. Garnish with suitable components like vegetables. Because of course, vegetables can be considered as a garnish. Not just a garnish, but also as a major component of the plate. And then appropriate sauce can be more than one. So for the photos and the video, the plate should be 12-inch white round plates with or without rim. Question po, paano pag hindi kaya walang 12? Okay lang, wag lang sobrang liit. Pwedeng 10, basta hindi lang siya platito. Questions so far for questions for Western Cuisine Main Course Challenge? May mga tanong?
None po as of now, Chef Miguel. Baka later.
Okay. Sige. Sige. Ipunin nyo lang. Okay lang yan. Maganda yan. Si Chef Jasper sasagot yan mamaya. So next category, we have American Lamb Asian Cuisine Appetizer. Okay, so for this one, you need to prepare and to present one appetizer dish good for 3 servings. 3 servings. So again, 1 serving per judge. So 3 packs yung deliver nyo sa Richmond. So you must use and highlight American lamb. Garnish with suitable components like vegetables and then appropriate sauce pa din. 3 appetizers in 1 plate. So that can be 3 different types of appetizers in 1 plate. Yung requirement natin dyan. So for the plates, for the photos and the video, no plates requirement. Okay lang kahit anong material, it's all your choice. Questions for the Asian cuisine? Okay, baka naman wala. Sige, sulat nyo lang. Next slide. Ayun ba yan? So American Lamb Filipino Cuisine Spread. Now for this one, we'll be having a revision. For the Filipino spread course, the dish must be good for 4 servings total. Okay, so 4 servings total kasi 1 place lang naman yung pagde-deliveran. So like I've said a while ago, pwede na siyang hindi naka divide into 3 judges. You can actually send them as 1 for sharing for 4 servings. Okay, so this one must include a rice dish, a noodle dish, and a vegetable dish. All of those kasi nga spread siya. Okay, so the garnish with suitable components like vegetables and then appropriate sauce, Filipino sauce, fusion, it's okay. And then for this one, no plate restrictions, again, for the photos and the videos. Okay, so again, I'll just repeat. So for Filipino spread, it will not be 6 servings. Now it will be not 6 servings, 2 servings per judge, but a collective of 4 servings. And then for sharing na yun. Okay, is that clear? Is any questions for Filipino?
None po, Chef Miguel.
Okay, so next slide please. Meron. May question, Miss Jessica?
Yes po. May question po from Mars or Marita po. 3 appetizer of 1 sauce or 3 appetizers of 3 sauce?
Wala namang requirement doon. Maybe kasi an appetizer, pwede siyang walang sauce. So it's your choice if you want. 1 with sauce or not, walang sauce, or all of them have sauce. So yun. I think we have another question, Miss Jessica. From Francesca, I think. If I read it right.
I think naka-DM siya sa'yo. Or I cannot
Talaga ba?
find it. Francesca.
It shows Asian cuisine and registration but got confused. Are we going to do all Western, Asian, and Filipino po? No. For the registration, kapag nag-register kayo, isang category lang. So 1 registration, 1 category. If you want, you can actually say to the registration that you want to join 3. We're not limiting naman you into 1 category lang. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, for the judging criteria, the first one is recipe and content. So this will be 20 points. So workable and realistic recipes. Requirements are met kung kanya yung mga sinabi kanina. Dish description matched the actual recipe writing. We will base that on the video. And then message and inspiration of the dish was evident. That can be also seen in the video. planned arrangement of materials for trouble-free working and service, correct utilization of working time to ensure punctual completion, or we'll just make sure that all the contents are complete kasi minsan na nangyayari, nagmamadali, nakalimutan yung component, wala na doon sa pinadala pero nasa recipe. So efficiency and economy in using ingredients and other resources. Next, of course, we have a big chunk of 40 points for taste and texture since the judges will be able to taste the products. So the typical taste of the food should be preserved. It must have appropriate taste and seasoning, in quality, flavor, and color. The dish should conform to today's standards of nutritional value. So in a way, we'll take in consideration the nutritional value since nauuso na rin naman siya ngayon, and it's also recognized worldwide. So sinama namin siya dyan. Okay, next slide please. Correct preparation comes at 20 points. So preparation should be practical, acceptable methods that excluded unnecessary ingredients. Punctual delivery of each entry at the appointed time is required, and appropriate cooking techniques must be applied for all ingredients, including starches and vegetables. So this correct preparation targets cooking methods and cooking techniques that you use in your entries. So we are not just checking the technique of your protein, but the holistic approach of the cooking methods, kung tama rin ba yung sa starch and then sa other components. And then innovation comes at 10 points. So usage of modern techniques corresponding to today's modern culinary art, ideas and concepts that are creative and are well thought. Innovation is something that out of the box, something that has not been done before. Ayun, yung mga ganong idea, something unique, kumbaga pwede rin a better version of a classical version. And then last, you have multimedia appeal, which comes at 10 points. So the visual appeal of the dish must speak through the lens of the camera. So exemplary plating to ensure an appetizing appearance is required. So this one focuses on the photos and also just the photos kasi yeah, at 10 points. Kung paano siya pinlato, dun siya din mag-base. So the total possible points is 100 points. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, for frequently asked questions, let's ask Chef Jasper to discuss this to you. Chef Jasper.
Hi. Okay. For the frequently asked questions, can I have the next slide, please? Before that, do you have any questions, ba? Before we proceed? None? All right.
Quick question.
Yes. Yes, Carsi.
So, Chef, so we can like right as soon as we get the lamb, we can do whatever we want with it, and all we have to do is just send the pictures and then send the finished product on the day itself.
Yes, very important is you have to send the finished product for tasting on the 28th. So like what Chef Miguel mentioned kanina, if you think 1 kilo is not enough for R&D, then I suggest you do the cooking on the day itself, on the 28th, and then take a photo and then take your video on the same day and then send the dish to Richmond and then email all the files to us so that it will be eligible for judging. Kasi we can't judge your dish if we don't have all those copies of your photos, your videos, and your recipes. So that is very crucial. Sige, let's proceed to the frequently asked questions. I think one of the questions there will answer your query. Next slide, please. Ayan. When should the entries be delivered and what time? Again, like what Chef Miguel mentioned, you can do either way. You can do and submit all your paperworks ahead of time. Do while you're doing your R&D. Syempre, may photo ka na yan, etc. etc. If you're confident enough to do the dish on the day itself, on the 28th, and then, of course, you will have naman your recipe na before you will cook. You can submit all of those on the day. No, yung mga copy na yan. The time, we will announce the time through email. We will get in touch with you on what time. And then we'll send the exact address of the Hotel Richmond and Eastwood. Okay. Number 2. How and when should we send the paperwork of the entry? So sinabi na rin natin kanina. So you can send it ahead or you can send it on the same day of the 28th, no, when you do your dish. Is there a requirement for the video and photo? Like on the mechanics kanina, ang sabi lang doon, it should be high. Hindi naman kailangan high res to, Chef Mix, no? It should just be colored. You can shoot it using your
Yes.
phone.
Wag lang pixelated.
Wag lang masyadong blurred naman, di ba? Or pixelated. The videos is maximum of 1 minute and 30 seconds. Wag naman sobrang 5 minutes. Baka ikwento niyo yung buong nakaraan nyo dun sa dish nyo. Don't do that sobrang haba. So, it's just 1 minute and 30 seconds. No? Can we get extra lamb? Unfortunately, no. Because the point of the competition is you have to utilize the 1 kilo of lamb riblets. Unless you would join all of the categories. Of course, if you would join all the categories, you would get 3 portions of the lamb. Right? Next slide, please. Is there a standard container for the entries to be delivered? Like what Chef Mix mentioned, no, we will not impose a standard on the containers. It depends on you, on how you would present it to the judges. As long as it looks nice, hindi siya, yung dapat hindi maghalo, hindi maghahalo. Sino ba nagtanong kanina? If you want to put, si Carsi ba, separate containers, everything is fine. No, as long as it's labeled. Of course, please do label everything. Ayaw naman natin na manghuhula yung mga judges natin kung ano yung nakalagay doon sa container na yon. Please label everything. If it's a sauce, please put the name of the sauce. If it's a garnish, or if it's an accompaniment, please put the name of your dishes or the items. Number 6, how many packs should be sent? Again, like what Chef Miguel mentioned on the rules, you have to send 3 servings. No, we have 3 judges that will taste your dish. But for the Filipino category, you have to send lang one good for 4 servings. No, so it's sharing, right? Number 7, when is the deliveries of the provided lamb? We will schedule the deliveries of lamb next week on Monday. We will start delivering the lamb. Those who are living in Metro Manila, I think, Ms. Bea, please correct me if I'm wrong. I think CCA will shoulder the delivery fee for your lambs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Within
those who are living
Metro Manila.
within Metro Manila, yes. Within Metro Manila, CCA will shoulder the delivery fee. But if you're from the province, please make a arrangement na lang on how to pick up your ingredients. So your ingredients will be labeled naman according to your name. If you join 3 categories, you will have 3 bags, and then you will have 3 aprons, and then 3 sets of flag picks. So how about nearby QC? Yes, yes. I think QC is part of SGS. So the delivery fee will be shouldered by CCA if you're in QC.
Rizal daw po siya.
Rizal. I think Rizal is not.
Kainta.
I think we'll get back to you, Ritz, on that. No, we'll check on the rider with that. So again, is there a specific cut or presentation of the protein? Wala naman. As long as it's presentable and edible for the judges to eat, I think that's fine. Wala namang specific cut. Again, the cut is lamb riblets. So medyo limited din tayo sa kasi yun lang talaga yung ibibigay sa atin. So you have to make do of the cuts that you have. So the presentation will be up to you on how you would present your dish. Again, when you send your dish na nakapack, we don't expect it to be hot. Of course, ano naman namin na hindi na siya ganun kainit. But don't send us naman something that is straight out of the freezer or straight out of the chiller. So it must be edible. I think I have a question from Ritz Go. thick or thin, I think the lamb riblets is on the bigger side. It has parang kang kumakain ng spare ribs ng pork, although it's just smaller. Are we allowed to debone the riblets? Yes, you can do whatever you want with the riblets. You can take off the bone. You can use just the meat itself. No problem with that, as long as you utilize the lamb riblets. Do you have anything to add, Chef Migs? Beth, did I answer your question, Beth? You're raising your hand. Any questions?
Chef, I have a question. This is Dayan. Hello.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. About the video. So sa video, chef, kailangan ba namin ipakita how we did it or just the product and explanation?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to show yourself cooking. No need na. What we need lang is kunyari, you're seated on a table in front of your dish, and then just explain the dish in front of the camera. No, so dapat nasa harap mo yung dish, and then you're explaining to the camera what's your dish, what is your inspiration, how did you come up with the dish, what are the cooking methods you use, etc., etc. What if someone will do it, not the participant? What do you mean, Pauline? Can you unmute yourself?
Chef, for example, no, not me. For example, chef, like, someone here is like participating, but she's asking someone else to cook for it, and she's just like, pretending to cook it, but it's not. But it's someone else. Like, how will you know if someone else cooked it and not the participant itself?
Honestly,
like-
we don't have any way on knowing that. So I guess
Exactly, chef. Like,
up
what if
to
that winner is not the one who cooked the dish itself?
I think that falls on your conscience. We expect everyone to be a good sport, to be honest enough to participate and to cook your own dish. This is what other competitions are doing right now. I think Chef Miguel and I and Chef Kerwin already joined a competition in UK. Ito lang din ang pinagawa sa amin. We just sent a video, a photo of the dish, and the video of us describing the dish. I think it's just about honesty. If you did that and then you won, I think bahala na si Lord sa'yo. So there's no way that we could know if you cooked it or not. Unfortunately, we can't do that. No, it will also be tiresome then for the participants to cook live video. So this will be up to you. If you're going to cheat, well, bahala na si Lord sa'yo.
Yes, at saka Chef Jasper kasi, di ba, they're part of the CCA community. So, for sure naman, alam naman namin kaya nyo yan ng solo. Siguro with a little help, but not entirely other people doing it.
Yeah, siguro the help, Pauline, you can ask someone to slice for you or to shoot a video for you. That's fine. We expect so of course, we expect that everyone will do and cook their own dish. All right. So any questions? Any more questions?
Wala na siguro, Chef Jazz.
Wala na.
One more po from Rietz. Video explanation only lang daw. Only daw po ba?
Yes, video explanation only of your dish. No need for a video of you cooking. Just a video explanation of your dish and a photo of your dish which is colored and not blurred. All right. Any questions? Yes. Yes.
Test.
You raise your hand. Yes, Maria Teresa, you have a question? Right, I think napindot lang niyo yung raise ng hand.
Nabahanap
Any more questions? So if you don't have any more questions, let's proceed to the waiver. This is one thing that is very important. Can you, Jessica, can you please unmute,
Okay, wait
please?
po.
Yes.
I can only ask to unmute Chef Jasper. Hindi ko siya ma-total.
Sige, ask to unmute and then she'll unmute herself. Alright, sige, let's get back na lang.
Okay po.
Okay, sige, let's get back na lang on Teresa. Maybe she could write her question on the chat box. Sige, let's proceed with the liability form and the waiver. So of course, we expect everyone to participate. Once you get your lamb, we expect everyone to participate. Hindi po tayo pwedeng mag-back out, unfortunately, because we have an agreement with US Meats, USMEF, and also with our sponsor and our supplier. So when you read the American Lamb Competition Agreement of Release and Waiver of Liability, so you have to indicate there your name, what program are you enrolled. If you're enrolled in our CEP programs like FBPAC, FCAC, Ruby Cooking Club, you have to write it there. If you're a Decatum student, please write it there. Year and batch, what batch are you? What year did you start or what month did you start? If you're from our CEP programs, please do write your batch there and your year started there. Your present address, we need your present address. This is for confirmation. Nakalagay dyan, by signing this waiver, I do hereby agree to the following terms and conditions. Number one, I am fully participating in the American Lamb Competition held by the U.S. Meat Export Federation, NCCA, Manila, during the period of August 2021, and I'm fully aware of the guidelines and mechanics. Sige, I'll get back to you, Teresa, after the discussion of the agreement. Number two, I understand that there should be no cancellation on my registration once I receive the US Lamb kit from US Meat Export Federation and CCA. In the event that a participant makes a cancellation after receiving the materials, US Meats and CCA have the right to issue him or her the following sanctions. Number one, if you're a Decatum student, like for example, like Sina Dani, Sina Carsi that will be joining, the participant shall receive certain demerits. So there will be a demerits there will be a demerit on your part and shall be charged a fee of 2,000 pesos for the cost of the lamb and the other materials. He or she shall be suspended from joining future events and competitions organized by CCA Manila and other partners. Number two, the next point, for CEP and for the alumni that are joining, the participant shall be charged again 2,000 pesos. He or she shall be suspended from joining any events and competitions organized by CCA Manila and other partners. So number four, I agree to take full responsibility for the ingredients which I will consume. Putol siya, ano? I cannot read the entire.
In participating po, sorry, Chef.
In participating in the competition, I understand that the ingredients in finished products are owned by the US Meat Export Federation and CCA Manila. By signing this form, I have given the organizers the right to use my photographs and other videos for promotion of this competition, both for this edition and subsequent editions. Do you have any questions with regards to the agreement and waiver liability? None? Okay. So we will send, if you don't have any questions, Jessica here will send all of you a digital copy of this waiver. We expect you to sign this and fill up the form above and then sign. Yes, Chef. You should shoulder all other expenses aside from the lamb riblets. Ang lamb riblets lang po ang ibibigay ng organizer. So the lamb riblets and the shipping from Los Baños, unfortunately, Chef, yes, I think you have to shoulder the shipping of the ingredients as well. So the ingredients provided are also the lamb and the aprons and the flag picks. So by signing this waiver, you agree with this agreement, and then we expect everyone to sign we expect everyone to sign this and then send it back to Jessica. So once we receive your form that is completely filled up and signed, we will email you or text you the details for pickup or sending of your materials or your ingredients. Any questions? All right, wala kang questions, so let's proceed with our Q&A.
Yes.
Yes.
Do we book the rider daw po?
Chef OJ, if you're from Los Baños, I think po kayo po ang magbubook ng rider. Yung pong mga taga Manila, taga NCR, I think CCA ang magbubook ng rider because I think CCA will pay for the organizer will pay for the delivery fee within NCR or within Metro Manila. Okay, back on the question of Tess. How can I register in another category? I have registered in one already. So if you registered on the another category, you can fill up another form and indicate lang that you are joining another category. So ibang tab lang ipipindutin mo when you register. Tama ba ako, Jessica?
Yes, Chef Jasper. Unless po ang nag-a-appear po sa web niya is registered na siya.
So
Kasi
paano
same
siya
link
mag-register?
lang.
So paano siya mag-register if she wants another
Did you try na
category?
po, Miss Tess, to register another entry? Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Okay, please try
Okay.
again na lang po.
Please try
And then
again, Ms.
let
Tess.
me know.
If not pa din, maybe you can email directly Jessica if you want
Yes,
to
you can.
register on another category, and then we'll just register you na lang. Jessica na lang will manually
Yes
register
po.
you on our place.
Yes, sure, Chef Jasper. I think ganun na lang, Miss Tess.
Okay. Any more questions? Any more questions?
Questions, guys.
Chef, I have a question.
From
Yes,
Like
po.
how long?
Pauline.
Like how? Yeah, Pauline from FB Pack.
Yes,
Like
hi,
how
Pauline.
long? Like how long for the sauce can be stored in the fridge? For example, it's not the pepper sauce itself, but it's the other sauce, like a thick sauce.
Okay, Chef Migs. Para mas malinaw ang sagot, Chef Migs, nandiyan ka ba? Actually,
I'm sorry, what?
sauces naman, how long daw can a sauce last inside the fridge?
As long na cool siya properly, it can last until 5 days. Especially kapag ano siya, starch-based thickened sauce.
What if, chef, if it's like fresh vegetables and then I'm going to grind it itself, like how long? Like 5 days, 7 days shelf life?
Okay, if you're going to use that, may I suggest you can just do that a day before, not 5 days if it's fresh, kasi it might change the quality in terms of the color and the consistency when you do that 5 days ahead of time.
All right, chef, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have any more questions, guys?
I think we have one.
Questions po?
All right. If we don't have any more questions, we can adjourn this meeting. Please expect an email. Please expect an email from Jessica sending you the waiver, and please fill it up immediately and send it to Jessica so that we could schedule by Monday the delivery of your lambs and your other kits.
Yes, chef.
All right, chef. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pauline. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you po.
Thank you, chef.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
Email also the recording, chef, para may reference sila.
Good luck,
Alright.
everyone.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra.
Pili ka ng uniform.
Hindi na nagkasya ata kay Sandra yung uniform niya. Gutay-gutay na. Bye. Bye, everyone. Chef Migs.
Thank you, Chef
Bye-bye.
Jasper.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Jessica. Bye-bye.